Time is a valuable commodity and in short supply for most product teams. It would be great if you could test every feature, journey, or piece of content many times, but that's often not possible due to time, budget, and resources. Inevitably, some journeys, tasks, screens, or functionality are not going to be tested as many times as you would like. If you're in a situation where you have limited time to run usability testing, how do you decide which aspects of the design get more rounds of testing than others? When we have a long list of products, features, tasks, or journeys to test, the first thing we should really be doing is consider the potential to make changes to our design after we carry out our usability testing. There's no point choosing something to be tested in our upcoming sprint if we know the usability issues we uncover are going to sit in a backlog for 6 months or 12 months. It's probably better we focus on another area of the design where we can have the greatest impact for our users and also for the business. Then we should consider factors like, what's the risk if we don't test this particular aspect of the design? What's the worst that can happen? Features that we've done before and have existing components for in our design system will inherently be less risky than completely new features where we've not performed any design or research. Other aspects we should consider is the impact of a specific feature, product, task, or journey on the user and the business. Some things will be used or valued more highly by users, and some will be more profitable for the business. Let's look at a simplified example. Let's imagine we have 3 different aspects of a design we need to test, and we're not sure if we'll be able to test them all. Let's also imagine it's impossible to test them in one study. So we need to decide what's the priority. Now, the way that you do this is up to you, and of course could be done in many different ways. But you could use something like a prioritization matrix. Here we have 3 columns for risk, business impact, and user impact. Down the side, we have 3 things that need to be tested: the sign-up process, login and authentication edge cases, and changing subscription preferences. Now let's imagine we're going to give each of these a score, so 1 is high, 2 is medium, and 3 is low. Starting with the sign-up process, the risk here is very low. We have an existing sign-up process for our other products. We've done user research on this before. So in this case, I'm going to give this a 3 for risk. Business impact. This is going to be a 1. If people can't sign up for our product, that's lost sales. For user impact, I'm going to give that a 2. It's a problem for users, but they'll either move on to a competitor or contact us if they want the product. Okay, let's do login and authentication edge cases. Let's imagine we have these inbuilt security features, and these are our existing users who need to log in. Now, we've not done research on this before. This is a new feature, so we're going to say high for risk. Business impact is also going to be high because if people can't log in, that's going to push a lot of calls to the customer contact center, and we could lose some customers as a result. User impact is also high because this is really a problem if people are having difficulty getting into their account. That's going to impact their experience using our service a lot. Okay, finally, let's consider changing subscription preferences. Risk is low. We've done this before. There are plenty of design patterns available, so we'll give this a 3. Business impact, that's also low. The business doesn't care if it's a little bit difficult for people to pause or check their subscriptions. For the user, it's slightly higher impact. It's going to be annoying if they can't figure out how to do this themselves, but it's not a showstopper because they could email or call the contact center. So now we have these scores, we can add them up, and looking at the lowest total here, we see we have a natural priority for these. The thing we should really focus on testing for our next round of usability testing is 2 login and authentication edge cases. Now, calculating priority can be done in any way that you choose. The key important thing here is that we should focus our efforts on ensuring we have the greatest impact for users and for the business in making prioritization decisions for usability testing.